Hello and welcome to the Literary Masterpieces. I'm Hamid Talib, lecturer of English. In this series of presenting the summary of the world masterpieces, today I'll be presenting the summary of the world famous novel Lolita, written by Vladimir Nabokov. He's a Russian-American novelist. First of all, I would like to tell you about the author, Vladimir Nabokov. Vladimir Nabokov, he was born on April 22nd, 1899 in St. Petersburg, Russia. The name of his father is Vladimir Dmitrievich Nabokov, and he writes under the pen name Vladimir Sirin. He is famous as a Russian-American novelist, as a poet, and as a translator. The two works written by Vladimir Nabokov are Mary, and it's a novel which was published in 1926. And the next important novel written by Vladimir Nabokov is Lolita. It was published in 1935. It is his masterpiece. And in this novel, he tells about a middle-aged man who is in love with young girls. In this novel, the novelist deals with pedophilia, which is having sexual desire for young girls. The next important novel is the Edda, and it was published in 1969. The next important novel written by Vladimir Nabokov is his Peak Memory. It was published in 1951. The next important work is The Gift. It was published in 1938. The next important novel is Defense, or The Losing Defense, which was published in 1930. The next important work by Vladimir Nabokov is The Real Life of Sebastian Knight. It was published in 1941. And he died on July the 2nd, 1977. Now I would like to tell you about the novel Lolita. The full title of the novel is Lolita, and it was written by Vladimir Nabokov, who is a famous Russian-American novelist. It was published in 1955. It's a novel, and Humbert and Humbert is the protagonist of this novel. He is the hero of this novel. Humbert and Humbert is also known by H. And the theme of this novel is pedophilia, which is having sexual desire for young girls. The antagonist of this novel is Claire Culty. He takes Lolita from the hospital, seduces her, and he asks her to participate in a child pornography. She refuses. The setting, the time which has been shown in this novel is between 1947 and 1952. The places which have been shown in this novel are the French Riviera and the United States. Now I would like to deal with the characters of this novel. Humbert and Humbert, the most important character of this novel. He is the protagonist and he is the hero. First of all, he falls in love with Annabella Lay when he's 13 years old, and Annabella Lay is 12 years old. But Annabella dies after some time, and he becomes obsessed with young girls. He is not able to overcome this separation. Throughout his life, he remains obsessed with young girls. He falls in love with Lolita, and just because of the love of Lolita, he marries the mother of Lolita. He wants to seduce and he wants to be near to Lolita. That is why he married Charlotte Hayes, the mother of Lolita. Till the end of his life, he remains devoted to Lolita, and in prison he dies. Towards the end of the novel, he hears that Lolita has died in childbirth, and he dies of heartache. The next important novel is Dolores. She is the daughter of Charlotte Hayes. Humbert falls in love with her, and throughout his life, he becomes obsessed with Lolita. But Lolita, or Dolores, is interested in the boys her own age. The next important character is Claire Culty. He takes Lolita from the hospital and he seduces her. He asks her to participate in child pornography. She refuses. Towards the end of the novel, Humbert and Humbert shoots him multiple times and and he dies just because he takes Lolita from the hospital. Humbert becomes very much angry, and he kills Claire Culty. Annabella Lay is a girl who is 13 years old. Here, Humbert and Humbert falls in love with her, and after this, Humbert and Humbert is not able to overcome this sadness or gloom And throughout his life, Humbert and Humbert becomes obsessed with young girls. Jessica is the person who marries Lolita, and Charlotte Hayes is the mother of Lolita. Now, I would like to discuss with you the summary of this novel, Lolita. At the beginning of the novel, Humbert tells about his happy childhood, peaceful childhood, when he was 13 and Annabella Lee was 12. Humbert and Humbert falls in love with Annabella Lee, but after 4 months, Annabella Lee dies of typhus, and Humbert and Humbert becomes obsessed with young girls. After that, he goes to United States, and there at the house of Charlotte Hayes. He stays. He takes a room at the house of Charlotte Hayes. And at the house of Charlotte Hayes, there is a girl whose name is Dolores, whom Humbert and Humbert calls Lolita. So Humbert and Humbert falls in love with Lolita, and he wants to seduce her. He wants to be near her. That is why Humbert and Humbert marry Charlotte Hayes. But one day, Charlotte Hayes knows about the pedophilia, knows about the feelings of Humbert. Charlotte Hay reads the diary of Humbert and Humbert, and in the diary she finds that Humbert and Humbert have married her just to be near to Lolita. Charlotte Hayes notes that Humbert and Humbert marries Lolita. That is why he has married her. She becomes very much angry, and she goes out of the house. She storms out of the house. While she is going out of the house, a car hits her and she dies. For about 2 years, for about 1 year, Humbert and Lolita drive throughout the country, and during this time, Humbert tries to seduce her, but she stops the advances of Humbert and Humbert. She has learned to manipulate Humbert because now Lolita is interested in the boys her, of her own age. Humbert gets a job at Bursley, and Lolita enrolls in a school. One day, Lolita becomes ill, and Humbert takes her to the hospital. Sometime later, when he comes back to the hospital to take Lolita back to home, the nurses tell Humbert that someone has taken her away. Humbert becomes very much angry, and he tries to find Lolita here and there for about 2 years. He tries hard to search Lolita, but he's not able to find Lolita anywhere. One day he gets a note, one day he receives a letter. In that letter, Lolita tells that she's married and she's pregnant, and she's asking for money. Humbert gives her the money, and Humbert knows from Lolita that it was Claire Culty who takes her from the hospital. Humbert goes in search of Claire Culty. He finds her and he shoots him multiple times. Humbert shoots Claire Culty multiple times, killing him, and he is put into prison. Humbert is put into prison, and one day he gets the news that Lolita has died in childbirth. So Humbert dies of heart failure. This is the summary of the novel Lolita, written by Vladimir Nabokov. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.